guys, welcome to my channel. I am Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have a review to share with you all about the Lipsense Long Lasting Lipstick. And I'm sure you guys have all heard about Lipsense as it's been hyped up quite a bit. I have been seeing it everywhere, and I'm here to tell you if I think that this product is worth the hype or not. So I did receive this Lipsense for free for review. This isn't a sponsored video. I was just asked if I would try them and do a review and share my thoughts. So that's what I am doing. Now I've had these for a couple months and wanted to really put them to the test before I did a review and let you guys know what I think. Now I do have two colors. There are three different types of textures. There's the frost, matte, and shimmers. And so I have a matte shade that I'm wearing today, and that is called Blue-Red. I really like this one. And then the other one is called Fire and Ice, which is a frosty. And so in addition to the lip colors, it's like a two-step system. You do have to put down the lip color first, and then you put the gloss over top. Now the colors themselves are $25 each. Plus in addition, you're going to need the lip gloss, which is also I think $20. So it is pretty expensive. So that's another reason people are probably pretty hesitant about buying this product, because it's an expensive product. You want to know if it really works or not. The good thing about this, you get quite a bit of product. I think it's going to last a long time in my opinion. Even though it does say you need to put on 3 coats or 3 layers on your lips to get the best like color and full opaque application, I still think it's going to be quite long lasting. So the price per product and how long it'll last balances itself out. So anyways, let's go ahead and get back to the textures. Like I said, there are 3 different textures, and I did get 2 different ones to try. And I would like to note that there is a difference in my opinion. Now I haven't tried the shimmer texture, but I do notice a difference between the frost, the fire and ice shade, and the matte one, the one I'm wearing today. And I personally like the feel of the matte one better. They both wear the same, I would say, like longevity wise, but I just want to mention that I feel like the frost shade was not as comfortable. Like I almost felt like I don't want to say crumpled up, because it didn't crumple up, but I don't know, you definitely feel a difference in the texture. And I didn't realize at first until I read the little book and was looking at the differences that they really actually have different textures. But while the wear and performance is the same, I definitely feel like the matte formula is more comfortable and more my preference. I kept feeling like I really enjoyed this red texture better than this fire and ice texture. So that's something I just thought I would put out there and let you guys take note of. But as far as like performance and longevity, I gotta say I am actually really impressed. So this actually is a good review, and I won't save it to the end. I will tell you that I do think these are worth the hype. Now my first thought when I first was learning about the hype of these, I thought they were some kind of gloss that like doesn't come off, and so I was even thinking that the gloss didn't really transfer at all, and that actually isn't the case. You will get some transfer of the gloss, so the gloss on top will, you know, there will be a glossy residue that will come off if you touch it, but as far as the color, there is no color transfer at all, which I absolutely love. The other thing that's kind of cool is that you can apply the gloss throughout the day to make it more glossy, because the gloss will eventually kind of fade out or fade off a little bit throughout the day. It's not going to fade off and take your color away, but it just will be less glossy. So some of you guys might actually like that, because you absolutely have to put on the gloss to protect the color, and that's what kind of seals it in and keeps your lips feeling very moisturized throughout the day instead of being very dried out. But once it kind of wears off and wears away, your lips still do feel very moisturized, which is very nice and something you can't really say about liquid matte lipsticks, but you don't have that super glossy sticky texture at all. So some of you guys might like that. Other of you who like more glossy lips will want to reapply more gloss throughout the day. Now, even though I really like this product a lot and definitely would say I believe it's worth the hype, I will say there are still some pros and cons to this product. Some of the cons to a product like this is application. Application is very, very different. I do have a demo of me applying it, which I will probably show on the screen as I'm talking here. Now, application, you have to be pretty careful. So you have to do it in layers. You're going to apply a layer on your lips, and they recommend sweeping in only one direction. And I actually have a problem doing that. I tend to want to kind of swipe back and forth, and you will see me doing that. I don't think that's a huge deal, but you can kind of build up the product, and I don't know, it's not like a big deal. I don't think it affected me that much, but you definitely want to be more careful to just kind of layer it on a little bit at a time. And the other thing is that you can't touch your lips together. You want to let it dry and not let your lips touch together before you apply the gloss, because it does get sticky and your lips will kind of stick together. You might even see me doing this in the demo here and there because I just can't help it. I naturally want to kind of close my lips together, and so you will have your lips kind of stuck together here and there, like as you're trying to apply. And also because of that, you have to be very, very careful with how you apply. My lips are a little bit uneven in shape, and this is one of the main reasons I overline my lips a little bit. Some of you guys noticed that, and it's mostly just to even out my lip shape. And so if I were to apply my lipstick exactly how my lips were, they would look very, very lopsided. And so I take quite a lot of time and precision to apply my lipsticks. And when you have to do it more carefully, because you have to apply this a certain way, like with your mouth completely open, lips not touching together at all, I don't know, it just makes application I don't want to say difficult, but just quite a bit more time consuming, and you have to be quite a bit more careful. On top of that, because it is a stain, if you mess up, it doesn't wipe away as easily. You definitely need to use the Oops Remover. And what I do instead of using the wand is I like to get a little bit of the Oops Remover product onto a very precise flat brush and use that to kind of clean up the edges and lines around my lips, and I find that that works a little bit better for precision rather than using the wand on my lips. So that is a downside. You can't just swipe this on and head out the door. You definitely need to make sure you have a good, I would say for me, 5 to 10 minutes. But if someone else is not as picky about the precision of their lips, or has more even shaped lips that aren't difficult to work with, then you probably don't need that much time. But it still does take a little bit of time to apply the different layers, let it dry, apply another layer, let it dry, and then, apply the third layer, let it dry, and then also apply the gloss. So it's still a little bit more time consuming than your regular lipstick, but overall I think the perks, it outweighs that as a con, because then you really don't need to apply it at all again the whole rest of the day. You're going to get that color the same way it looks, now when you put it on to the very end of the day. And it's very, very impressive in that aspect. Another thing of note about these lip color is that it has a very intense tingling sensation. It didn't bother me at all. Like I said, I'm kind of weird like that. I actually enjoy the feeling of tingling lips, but it was actually surprising how intense it was. And so this might be something that some of you guys don't like. The good thing about that is it doesn't last the whole time you're wearing anything. It's just the first swipe or so until you put on the gloss. And once you put on the gloss, that feeling goes away completely. So apparently, let me read the information. It says that Lipsense contains SD40 cosmetic grade alcohol, and when applied to your lips may create a tingling sensation. This product is working to rid your lips of any bacteria present for the molecular bonding of the color. And so yeah, because of the high alcohol content, you will have that tingling feeling. But yeah, that is another kind of con or something that might bother some of you. Okay, I feel like there was another thing I was going to say that was kind of might be a con. Probably, while the long-lasting factor is what makes this product so great, I can see that also being a complaint for people because it is extremely hard to remove. So you can get the Oops Remover, and this, I actually absolutely love this stuff. It's amazing. I actually apply this when I'm ready to take it off at the end of the day, all over my lips. And I've tried to where if you put it on your lips and then just try to wipe it off immediately, that doesn't quite take off the product. So what I like to do is put a generous amount on my lips and let it set for a few minutes, and then go and wipe it off with a makeup wipe or a warm washcloth, and that really helps. But even then, I will sometimes still have a little bits of color still on my lips because it is that staining. And I wouldn't even call it a stain, like, because you can like wipe it away. It doesn't like stain your lips, but it just stays on your lips. Now, something to note is that the lip colors, they don't smell good because they're high alcohol content, I will guess. They smell very like chemically or alcohol-y, but what I love, Oops Remover has a lovely scent. It smells like vanilla and I absolutely love that. Oh, it just smells, it smells so good. The other thing I really love about the Oops Remover is it's only $10, which I actually really like that, and so I actually might purchase a few more of them and stock up on them because they work really well for other stubborn liquid matte lipsticks. It's just a really nice product. I really like the Oops Remover quite a bit, and I love that it's just $10. It's not as expensive as the lip color or the gloss or anything like that, which is really nice. So in addition to my demo of applying this lipstick and my talk through review here, I do actually have one check-in that I filmed just so you guys can see how it looked after several hours. Okay, so this is just a check-in on my first day wearing this Lipsense. Most of the gloss has worn off, and right at this moment it has been almost exactly 6 hours after application. And so I think overall it still looks really good. I just got finished eating dinner, so that was kind of going to be the true test for me. Because usually when I'm wearing lipsticks, even liquid matte lipsticks, there's usually always an issue when I eat, so I'll either wipe them off afterwards or beforehand. But I really wanted to put this through the test and see how it did after eating. And so I had salad, I had lasagna, and I've been drinking water through a straw all day, and I think it's worn out really, like, surprisingly well. There's not like a bunch of the, what's that, where it wears off in the middle at all. It kind of, if I touch it, it feels a little bit sticky, but there's not like a sticky when I put my lips together, if that makes sense. So, and it doesn't feel uncomfortable either. If I'm not thinking about it, it doesn't really feel like I'm wearing it still, so that's really nice. It's not uncomfortable at all. I don't feel like my lips are getting peely or super dry or anything, so overall, I'm really liking it so far for my first time trying it, and after 6 hours, I think it looks really amazing. I have applied gloss on it, the initial application, and then again about 3 or 4 hours after, so you can reapply the gloss and it still looks nice. And yeah, the gloss is worn off now, but it's still, I don't know, it looks nice. So let me zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see. So that's just a little bit closer up. Please excuse any of the rest of my makeup. I don't know how that's not looking too great right now, but now that check-in was with the Fire and Ice color, and I've worn that one all through the day for a couple days, and I've worn this color all through the day for a couple of times before, and I've even worn it like going out with the family. I've eaten a lot and wasn't careful at all. Normally I'm super careful when I'm wearing lipstick, or like I said before, I will completely take it off before I eat, but I didn't even worry about it. I didn't take it off. I didn't do anything. I wasn't careful with how I was eating or anything like that. And you know, I asked my family because we were actually out at a restaurant, and I was like, how does my lipstick look? Is it still okay? And they're like, wow, yeah, it looks really great. So this really, like, that really put it to the test when you're like eating and drinking and not really being careful, and it still doesn't wear away. My lipstick looked just as good at the end of the day as it did when I first applied it, which to me is just like, I don't know, it's amazing. That's why I feel like this product is worth the hype and just so good. So if you're someone who is consciously like constantly self-conscious about how your lipstick looks throughout the day, which is me, like, even though I wear tons of lipsticks on my channel and have a ton of lipsticks, I often get very self-conscious wearing it out in public because I'm always worried, like, is it smearing, is it transferring, is it wearing off and looking funny? But with Lipsense, you really, like, you don't have to worry about that at all. It looks good no matter what you're doing, and I don't know, I love it. That makes it worth the hype to me, and definitely worth the price. Now, some other things I want to mention that I think people might enjoy to know is that Lipsense products are lead-free, wax-free, vegan, gluten-free, and without GMO, and they do not test on animals. So that is a really great thing to know. I'm going to leave a link to the website of the gal who sent me these to try. So if you would like to order, you can check out her website if you want, or if you know somebody who sells it, you can check them out too. But anyways, and I'm sure you'll be able to see all the different colors and stuff like that. But just to show you, this is their range of colors, and like I said before, they have a matte texture, frost texture, and a shimmer texture, and their glosses come in different shades as well. They've got gold glitters, glossy, matte, pearl. I think that is really cool. I might want to try getting a different gloss to put over mine. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I'm sure I've made it too long and talked way too much than I needed to. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you've tried Lipsense, I'd love to hear your thoughts and your perspectives. And if you haven't and are still curious about wanting more questions or anything that I might have forgotten, please don't hesitate to ask in the comments section. And until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes.